what's happening, Charles?
Stop!
Hey.
Oh, hello there.
Wait, Charles, man, are you doing that new vitamin deal where your hair grows really fast and your teeth look great?
Lifestyle
wow.
choices. I've tried new lifestyle choices, and this is what happens.
Wow. So you've been fabric topping, I guess. Fabric top that's purple sparkle, because that's the first thing you do to a Presley.
Oh yeah.
Throw some fabric on it. Why the hell not? Well, dude, Ben, thank you for coming through.
Hey, yeah. In all seriousness, no, okay. First of all, Monk, nobody gives a fuck about Central Time. Okay.
What time is that? It's weird. It's like that. I
now,
think
Sherman jumped the shark, went over to Charles' team last week. And I have a bone to pick with Sherman. Because I specifically said I was looking for backup. And he's like, oh, no, Central Time's fine. I'm like, fuck you, Sherman. It isn't.
I'm so sorry, Ben. I analyzed you. You're the town master. But look at my new surfboard.
I love it.
I stole it. It was Presley's, but screw that asshole.
All the best
guys.
Rico
Bees.
Oh, they drift in from the sea. They just come in.
Yeah. Right? No, that one's from Rico B. I had an unenveloping, which was fantastic and wonderful. It's funny how somebody sends you a guitar pick and a surfboard like that, and it really lifted me up. So I really appreciate it at the right moment, right?
Yeah, because everyone's freaking out in the chat. Charles had car trouble literally like half an hour ago, and so Seth got on the he sent out the tone signal.
Yeah. Well, I plugged in.
Help a fella out.
Plugged in the 3 biggest amps I could find, right? The Fender, the PV, and the Mesa Boogie. And no joke, I did actually plug in the Mesa Boogie. You
just turn the wall up, face them northeast, and just, hey. So,
played an A minor, or played a sad chord, so he knew that, something's wrong in the guitar universe down there. And
how fell in a well?
I've had brake. Well, it's funny. I think he said it was the brakes. It's not.
Yeah, literally, the caliper hit the rim. That's
not what you want.
This is my plans for tomorrow. So I get it.
Wow.
We already got a whole bunch of pickup comments in the chat and a whole bunch of people in the chat.
We should do the chat. You're better at reading, or do you want me to read?
Well, I'm Mazel. I am Charles after all. All right.
I mean, you're our.
Yeah, all right. So first in the chat, no surprise, our good friend Herb. First, I can't highlight comments though. That's the only thing I can't do. Herb Fireside Studio. We have unfucking believable. R2 R3 Locking Nut.
R2 R3 Locking Nut.
We got our good friend brother Randy Crooks in the chat.
What up, Randy?
Vox Guitars Rock. A lot of Randy. That's okay.
A lot of Randy.
Yeah, and then Ryan Hall, our music in law. There he is.
Ryan Hall, y'all.
Oh, and I should be. I'm gonna go
Randy.
because pickup comments. So Unbelievable says Dream Pickup would capture the complete sonic destruction and unmitigated beauty. Easy enough.
Whoa. That's heavy.
That might be. There might be it might be active. Cover that. I don't know.
Billy Corgan. Billy Corgan DiMarzio.
Sorry, Randy's plural. He says, without getting into boutique pickups, right? Exactly. It would be the Burstbucker Gibson pickups he likes. Boutique would be Seymour Duncan 59 in the neck and a Pearly Gates in the bridge. And he says, humbuckers. Well, clearly, yes. I get it.
Pearly Gates! Yes, Pearly Gates.
Box Guitar Rack says, my dream pickup sounds like a 650 cubic inch Rodeck with dual exhaust and thrush mufflers. I dig it.
Whoa.
So, that's like a Duncan Raider.
That's what cam? We don't know what kind of cam it has, dude, so we don't know how fast it's
it's a back scratcher for barefoot.
It's a plug-a-lug.
Sean Hockey says my dream pickup would be when I play I sound like James Hetfield. Chug chug. That's right, Seth. Meow meow meow.
Meow meow meow. James Hetfield.
So EMGs.
Yeah.
Although now he does the signature EMGs, which are actually passive because he's getting old. And I get it. We all. He's
more passive as he gets.
He's not as angry and he's not as active as.
Not as angry. And I think because they're playing such live stadiums, they're needing to play through fractals.
Well, it doesn't matter what when you're going through the whole digitals anyways, you could be plugging in telly and still because you got the digitals thing.
What's kind of hilarious is that you earn all the money to play any amp you want. You can play, all right, you've got all the money in the world now. You can play your Dumble, you can play your triple stack. Oh, no, you can't, because the sound system, you have to do a fractal.
Well, no, because they insist on their weird round stage. What are they, Def Leppard on the Hysteria Tour? Easy.
Whoa.
With your round stage. We're playing in the round. No, you don't. It's a rock band. You play at one end of a hockey rink, and you get lights all around you, and PA stacked with the sides. That's how it works.
A kid got me. Wayne, what up? A kid got me today and asked me, what's the most famous rock group with 4 men that none of them can sing? And he said,
that covers a lot of ground in both the punk and metal territories.
Yeah, well, the answer to him was Mount Rushmore.
There we go. I like it. Paul McCary says, the cats are watching but can't type. I'm listening but won't be in the chat. There we go. He's lurking.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Hey, there's a good friend, Trev, Symmetry. He was on this past week with Chillin' with Charles there on Sunday.
Chillin' with Charles. We're not, because we're all skipping church. What do you do when not church? I'm hanging out.
He's coming up on my channel in a couple of weeks, so that's going to be fun.
Is that show unholy? Because it pulls people away from the Lord, and it makes them stay home to watch.
Unholy is the theme song? Nah, Gene would totally. No, Gene would be all over the copyright. He's taking all the revenue from the show. We're like, it generates 53 cents, Gene. He goes, fine, I'll only take 48.
Does the Lord get mad when he hears that song? Well, we don't know. The Lord's pretty forgiving.
Brian, OU812, Chief Bottle Washer over the OU812 network and affiliate stations. He's a 5-way now. 5 on the panel. All the tone and all the tone. And the tunings, and he's got the transcendental trim system or something. I don't know what it is. You just look at it and it does what you want. I don't know.
Intercontinental. It's the Intercontinental.
I don't know.
Transcendental, Intercontinental, Superstellar, big seller.
So it's good for world tours.
It's good for all kinds, because it goes to every time zone, which the ones that exist, right? We know but we also know that there's some that don't exist.
This is true. Let's see. We might get through roll call by the end of the show. We'll see. Marcia Murray here. Guitar Man 45. Steve Rezer. Sure. Both. They're both here. Mark's Gas Station. He's here. Eddie Fay in the house. Keith H. He says, that's right. It's all about Pacific time.
Specific. And then you build back. Like Canadian time, they don't have a central time zone, do they?
Well, yeah, but I think it's like in Saskatchewan, so who the fuck cares about them?
No, that doesn't even exist either. That's where Hogwarts is.
Yeah, it's like north of the Dakotas. So, right?
Whoa.
Like, nobody's there. There's like 53 people in the entire province, and it's the size of all the Dakotas. I don't know. It's big. It's empty. There's no hills.
And it's producing beautiful Canadian air.
Let's see. Symmetry comment. Favorite pickup I played are the EMG's 8185 set. Shocker. I get it though. Favorite I've heard are the ones in Ben's Explorer.
Yep. Those pickups are amazing. Well, so here's the thing though. Those pickups are part of the thing, but also Ben's playing through the setup to get up.
We got the rig.
You know what I'm saying? That was Eddie reacting to Ben's pedal board.
Yeah.
He's like, can't believe it.
Especially when looking at the cabling on said pedal board.
Oh. Nice.
That or they just throw up a little in their mouth. It's one or the other.
It's okay.
Jeff A's in the house. Michael Crow. He says, anyone ever tried Lambda pickups? Seth, they're located not far from you. A Lambda.
A Lambda? No.
ALAMDA.
No, my brother keeps trying to get me to try Jank Tone or Jank E-Tone. That they're from California as well, and he was at a party and the guy was really cool. And I actually looked a little bit up and it looked cool, but you know how it is.
All right, Jeff K, and I can't disagree. JB all day in the bridge of a Strat or Les Paul. Nothing wrong with the Duncan JB. I got one in my Kramer, vintage Kramer, I should say, to delineate from the other Kramer.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Marzio Super Distortion. That's it.
So good.
I guess I do know a fair few pickups. You're right.
Right, we're rolling through. DiMarzio, the Billy Corgan set is fantastic and amazing, but it's expensive. But if you want to go high gain and then be able to clean up really well, that one is, you know.
Let's see here.
If anybody is watching on my
There's
channel,
Trickman NYC.
know that I can't see your comment on
Terry's
your
333 G's, which stands for Guild, Crutches, and Gibsons. Oh my. D. White Bailey in the house, who owns Crutches, Gibsons, and Guilds. Oh my.
What else? What other kind of pickups? Well, P90s. So, what kind of P90s do you have? Any?
I have signature. Those are the only P90s I own.
In a Telly of yours, or?
Yes. In my signature guitar, which people were like, wow, you chose P90s and a Telly guitar. How did I come across with that? Well, it was hanging with my best friend and bandmate at the time, who pointed out, you got a Telly with passive singles, you got a Telly with active singles, you got a Telly with humbuckers, what don't you have? And I went, that's right. So I said, well, I'm getting a free guitar out of the deal, so
might as well.
Yeah. There's Brother John DeShane in the house.
Brother John. How's it going, dude? Thank you for stopping through. Yeah, I mean, so I actually had somebody contact me, Ben, who had seen my guitars and builds custom pickups, and said, hey, what would you want for your tone for your custom pickup set? And he was already thinking Strat, not humbuckers. And also, I told him I got a ton of humbuckers. So, you know, that was a question that had never, which kind of inspired this theme, because it's a question that I hadn't really been asked personally.
John said D351 in the house.
What up, dude?
I
hadn't been asked to explain what I would want in mind. So normally you go asking, hey, what is that? Or listening to what the pickup, or, you know, reading about what it sounds like, or listening. But rarely do you have to describe to somebody what you want it to sound like. So that was interesting. So I had to do that to do this custom pickup build, and we ended up making them kind of like the quarter pounder pickup, the Seymour Duncan.
Ironically, the guitar that I demoed that came out today had quarter pounders in it.
Perfect timing. Wait, I thought I saw today's demo. I saw yesterday's demo, I guess.
British Racing Green HSS Strat.
Oh, that wasn't. I didn't see that today. I saw yesterday's. That was not a Gretsch.
No, you saw the Epiphone that did everything it could to look like a Gretsch.
Right. Hey, I'm not a Gretsch, but I. Yeah. So it's hard to sometimes delineate the difference in the size of the pole pieces without.
Yep. You can tell right away that it's got those huge pole pieces.
And it's, you know, got that substantial weight to it.
They're 40 pounds.
Deliverance pickups, hand wound in Tennessee, Kentucky or Tennessee. I think it's Tennessee.
Carman 45 says 30 fingers are good pickup, sound good in ES335. Yep, I agree. Not to name drop Seth, but prior to my show last Sunday with Michael Torin.
Oh yeah.
He was asking off air before the show. He's like, "So that purple guitar you got?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "What's up with?" He's like, "So what's up with the Bartolinis? What are they like?" And you know, here's a guy that has, you know, walls of gear.
Mm-hmm.
Gear, and I was like, and I'm like, they do a thing, and blah blah blah. We were talking all about it because he's like, how do you describe them? I'm like, 80s.
They do a thing.
I was like, they really mimic active 80s pickups without being active. That's the only way I can describe. They're very quiet. They're a little higher output than what I would normally have in a pickup, but it's a clean thing. It's not like
right. It's not an over push.
It's a little, it's like, oh, the volume went to 11. Just a little.
I always wonder why they weren't more prevalent in the guitar. You figured that they were
pricey at the time. It seems to me they were kind of pricey, but then again, bass world, everyone knows about them. But then again, us diva guitar players would never take advice from a bass player as to what pickup to put in our guitar.
Right, but in the basses, they're always in the expensive ones.
You stick
They're always
your 4 strings there, buddy. You won't be over here chasing tone.
Right.
Go thumpity thumpity.
Giving people
but
something.
I don't know. That's the only logical explanation I can come up with. But I've used a variety of pickups over the years. I find, for me, I don't really have a favorite, Seth, because it depends on the guitar, because it depends on the song. You choose the use the right tool for the job.
So if you need to have
SRV, I'm not grabbing my Explorer for SRV. That's not what we do.
And I don't like the humbucker with the split coil to try to get the...
I can on occasion. It depends. What you need is, though, it has to be a hot humbucker, because that way if you're killing it, it doesn't go totally anemic.
Right, it's still 7K or something.
They're like a 15K output humbucker, so when you cut it in half, it's still 7.5K.
I'd much rather just grab the Strat, which is always right there anyway. So
exactly, Eddie. It depends on the song.
Right.
Marshall Murray just said, breaking news. Just pre-ordered that $500 PRS, thinking of putting a JB/Jazz in it. Well, make sure you get the spacing appropriate for it, because as I recall, I think PRSs have weird spacing, so you got to use PRS pickups. Like they use a weird shape pickup. I don't know. I think they're very proprietary. That's a big word for me on this late in the evening on the Friday. Just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah. Because you don't hear of a lot of people swapping out pickups on PRSs because of that, I think.
Well, and also their pickups are damn good.
If you say so. I don't say that.
I mean, so then again,
oh yeah, they're great. No.
No, I'm saying that then again it goes back to a lot of people that are playing with a PRS usually have a pretty good amp. So why can't they, with almost any pickup, dial in a good tone? They're kind of just complaining. They want to make a reason why it doesn't sound good. I think that they can make it sound good if they took the time.
All right, Michael Gross corrects me. He says you swap PRS pickups all the time. All right.
Okay. All right. I've swapped a bunch of PRS pickups and never really encountered any issue, but usually I was provided the pickups. We didn't have to order them. Usually PRS owners come to us with what they want, and it makes it easy. Bing, boom, boom, pop it in. I don't even own any PRSs though, so.
I played a couple. I've never. I played more than a couple at this point. I played a few. I haven't played many though.
Right. I've set up, 100 maybe, or maybe more, but around 100 probably, and done the setups and Plex and everything on them, and they're all PRSs are really good. Everything across the board down to because even the SEs. But when I say really good, that is for their category. For what they're doing. I like it.
Keith H says, yeah, their Silver Sky takes 57, 51 Fender pickup. Well, it doesn't. Like, I'm trying to remember if I played the US Silver Sky. I know I played the import version, and they just play the exact same and sound the exact same as every other Strat on the market at that price point.
Well, I think PRS...
They play like every other $600 Strat. It's
right.
And they sound like every other one.
I think that the Silver Sky pickups are also all the same output. Am I right? Internet, web? I think they're all the same output. Yeah. And it's just the spacing that gives them the different sound. That might not be true on the newer SE, but I think that's the true on the real dealio. But I don't have them, but I know a little bit about them. They do sound good. I've played a couple of Silver Skies that I was like, ooh, I would take that. I played a Nebula one with the killer paint job on it, and was like, ooh, I think that's cool.
I'll refuse to own one until they own up to the actual colors. Like when they call it red, and you're like, no, that's pink, or they're like, this is white. No, that's buttercream.
Right.
Like the only way that in the world that's white is if you chain smoke 14 packs of cigarettes a day with it sitting on a stand up next to you, and you are exhaling directly on it.
It's moon yellow, like they finally named the new PRS or the new cheaper Silver Sky. Yeah, the moon yellow is a better name.
I don't think
for
buttercream is trademarked, guys. Just call it what it is.
Yeah. Or give it an abbreviation, like good old Ivan, as they love to abbreviate everything.
Oh, don't get me started with the VIN code that they call their models.
Oh, dude, the new Presley that I just built. This is the R9X24QPL1IFLP 426754911PX254-11R11. There's a lot of 11s, but I seem to be going on the 11. So, and it comes with a snark.
Snarky, snark, snark.
It doesn't come
Ryan
with a
at PRS are made wear, but he says wear like you actually wear them. I will never wear a PRS. But if you would, where in the world are PRSs made, as in WHERE?
Is it Maryland?
That's a good question. Some are made in Maryland.
Some are made in...
which is some... I know some are made in Indonesia. I don't know if any are still made in Korea or not. But as far as I know, Indonesia and the U.S.
Yep. But they're killing it. Wherever that big-ass court factory is, right? They're making a quartet.
John brings up a good point. He says, why is abbreviation such a long word? Right?
Right. Abbreviation.
A word without an abbreviation, no less, I do believe.
Try to read the word dyslexic. Come on, guys.
Like
that's just mean. Why would you do that?
Ryan Hall says, no, Canada? No. Why would PRSs be made in Canada? No. Only Canadian companies build guitars in Canada. Except for Godin, who also outsources to the United States. The only guitar company in the world that outsources to the United States, as opposed to, overseas.
Right.
A lot more being built in Mexico, too, right? You got your Fender plant, which covers Fender, Jackson, Charvel, Gretsch.
And I'm also apparently is now building a lot of stuff and sending it straight up. What? Look who fit. What?
Oh.
Well, hello there.
I said that already. I said that 23 minutes ago.
Well, excuse me.
Well, hello there. Yes. Look at him. Full-on Star Wars shirt and everything. Perfect. The world is good now.
I tell you.
He missed Rogers.
That's amazing.
I know it. Got home. Off with shirt and tie. Twins! I know, Monk. Right?
So
it was all a ploy just to get Ben here.
A minute ago.
Much like how Fender has 1,400 brands, Seagull is a division of... Okay, Godin... The fact that they can afford to outsource to the United States tells you right there, okay? Because they own all the acoustic brands. Because the Godins. We got the Godins. We got the Seagulls. We got, what was it, Simon and Patrick? And I believe Art and or Luthery. I don't know. All these names and stuff. There's a bunch of them.
I'm busy.
No,
Keep
Ryan.
doing that.
Ryan convinced we said that PRS was made in Canada. No.
No, PRS is not made in Canada.
No. Seagull is Canadian. Oh, yeah. Seagull's part of the list.
But I heard that PRS is opening up a secret cigarette factory in Canada where they're going to secretly manufacture...
Cigarette factories were in Montreal, in Canada.
Yeah.
Because French love to fucking smoke.
And they're gonna ship them out for all the truckers.
No, you haven't. Well,
yeah,
you made it home. This is good.
So so here's the deal, right? We're on the highway.
Yeah.
You know, two laner on both sides, right? So if a fella pulls into the left-hand turning lane to make a U-turn because his son needs to go to a particular store, and so a fella pulls in the lane to make a U-turn and thunk, 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 all out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, this is not good.
No,
not good. So we get to and of course I get into the lane, catch the red light, great, perfect. Because I'm thinking the transmission's going right.
Oh.
Yeah. And so do the U-turn, pull into the parking lot, kind of look around to see what's going on. Can't tell because it's dark, right? Freaking dark. My phone's got 8% battery on it.
Dude, what is it with you and dead batteries?
If you wouldn't have been dark, Charles, if you would have been in the right fucking time zone.
So, you know, so a fella pops,
cable in his car, I'm saying.
So a fellow looks underneath the car, and there's no big puddle of anything.
Thank God. Right.
Right. Okay, great. So maybe this isn't the transmission.
Right.
And I'm looking around Okay, well, I see that I've got a worn ball joint on a strut, but it's not bad, right? It's still in the socket and functioning. Okay. And but what is happening is the caliper is inside the rim digging it up.
So it's just falling off. Both bolts broke out of the caliper?
I don't know, because
or shook themselves loose?
A fella goes into the trunk to go ahead and grab the jacks. He can pull the wheel off to see what's going on.
Right.
Right.
Opens it up and he pulls out the thing, and he's looking at a spare tire and no jack. And he looks at the boy and says, "Where's the jack?" It's all in the garage. And so,
no.
So,
you said parts are falling off. Now, who does the servicing on this car, Charles?
But see, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's a suspension issue yet, or if it's a caliper issue. But something broke. I mean, something. Right. It was loud. It was.
When's the boy's funeral?
Well.
So basically, the caliper is hitting the rim. So it's either a suspension thing or it's a thing. But I can't really see anything tragically wrong with the suspension to make you do it.
Right.
So I'm thinking something on the caliper broke, right?
I mean, the worst case, you're in it for a caliper and a rim and whatever bracket shit that it bolts to. It's not like it's the end of the world.
Eddie Faber brings up a good point, Charles. Sorry to interrupt. He says, "See, that wouldn't happen if you had a 1990 Geo Metro."
That is true.
My boy, Eddie.
So
you know that, Eddie.
So we're gonna say
somebody at work today. The woman that parked next to my Geo Metro who didn't know. She's like, "There's a little red car that's always there," and I was like, "Oh." Should I move it? I'm sorry. She's like, "No, I love that car." And I was like, "Yes." For some reason, it's just an endearing vehicle. It's like the opposite of a big-ass truck with the truck balls. It's like, you can...
There's a lot of truck balls around here.
Yeah.
Well, they're a little... They don't hang as low in the winter, but they are there.
Right. In the summertime, they actually...
And there we go. We got a face palm within like 2.5 minutes.
All right. So
he's like, "You can leave at any time. I'm here now, Coombs."
So it's either suspension or the caliper mount broke. I don't know. I don't know. One of the bolts snapped. I don't know. And so
either ball joint or truck nut.
The great thing is I don't actually have to go buy any parts because I've got another model of the same car in the driveway.
Because he is a full-on redneck.
That's perfect. That's like a Texas requirement.
Yeah, and it's just chock full of new to him.
I love it. No, it's beautiful. That was epic. I used to have one for my 240 SX, my drift car.
Had several
good times
over the years.
So what pickup talk did you guys get into? Any?
Well, we've been covering the chat. Honestly, Charles, I was saying to Seth off air, I was just planning on lurking during the show because I don't have a favorite pickup preference at all. I let the song decide. Like I don't play my Explorer when I'm playing SRV. Is what I'm saying. If I need to get a certain tone for a certain song, I use a certain pickup.
You grab the right guitar.
This is why I love Eddie Fay.
Maybe. I hear it fixes pretty much everything.
I'm wondering if he, instead of the brake pads, you could just fabric top.
Bo mentioned it. Are you sure you had the right car? Maybe you took the wrong one in the driveway. You actually have to turn around in the parts car.
Touche.
Get him confused.
Well, I had some thoughts about this. I had a couple thoughts about this, right? I'm thinking there's a project I've been wanting to do. I want to put Filtertrons in a Telecaster.
Okay. I alumni of my channel. Remember the band Sleazer that came on a few times, Charles?
Mm-hmm.
My good buddy Matt, that was in that band, he built. This is pre-YouTube days, but when he was in a punk band, he built the Matocaster, same font on the headstock, Matocaster, and he did just a single Filtertron in the bridge, a la Billy Gibbons style, because that was how Gibbons was doing that for a while. So that's where you can't take 100% credit for the junior you got hanging up on the wall, because Matt did it with a Tele way back in the, and I was like, what is this? This is awesome. But two, I love the idea.
Yep.
And
that's what
right side here, as long as no guitars were harmed, it's a Friday night, all is good.
We have a legend in the chat, Charles, the one and only The Voice.
The voice of cornhole?
I'm just going to say, the poor man spent last weekend, not only did he have to spend it in Drummondville, Quebec, Charles.
Whoa.
Okay. He had to spend it with my cousin Doug as well.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
And he survived.
Yeah. Just.
Well, welcome in.
You eat a lot of lobster with cousin Doug. That's what I would do. Mom's getting pissed.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, Mom.
Steven's witnessing, or he's experiencing what Charles experiences when he's on the phone with his wife sometimes after one of my shows, and he's hanging out with me backstage after a show, because his wife will call, okay, you know how it is, Seth, she's like, hey, honey, blah, blah. And I'm just like, and he'll mute himself, but we know he can still hear us, so we just like, you see him trying not to laugh, and he's holding it in, and his wife just gets pissed on us. I'm surprised he's still allowed to hang out with us, to be honest with you.
It is, when I say I have to go, you know why.
Yeah. Oh, we know. Well, you almost had to go during your show last week there with Trev, when you showed up live on air. We almost had it was like Wilson from Home Improvement. We saw the door move. There was a sense that somebody was there, but we didn't.
Over the fence, somebody comes up over the fence.
Bailey. So John 351 says he's got a Harley Benton TE 90 FLT, which has the Filtertron type humbuckers in it. So nice. Oh, and a reverse headstock.
Did the camera just shrink?
Is Charles in there?
No.
Hey, Charles. Sorry. I was just thinking, like, looking over the fence, like you said.
Did you slip him some edibles while I was gone?
No.
I slipped myself quite a bit because to be honest, I was halfway through a very large lifestyle choice, Charles, that someone could have confused with a cigar, because I was planning on just watching y'all and lurking in your chat, maybe try to rib you a little. We're not going to have a Phantom Telecaster all of a sudden appear. Easy. It's not that show.
Sure, man.
Check out my new surfboard.
Wow.
You better look at this. It's got sparkles kind of just like Ben's guitar, Because we rock like that. We're fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
Sean, appreciate it. But we were doing 55 at the time.
Oh, no, you weren't. When you first
Yes,
heard
we
clickety clack? Oh,
Oh, yeah.
that's bad.
It was
Yeah.
55 lane change, clickety clack clack clack.
And then
You know,
boom, 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 like a dryer, like a.
The worst part is,
yeah.
to slow down further, you need to hit the brakes, which can possibly compound issues. And
Yeah, so it was a combination of lane change and hitting the brake, right?
Mm.
yeah.
And so I'm convinced, it's.
So apparently,
it
with
was
that
just
car,
not
you can change lanes or hit the brakes. Just don't do both, Charles.
fun. Yeah.
Clearly, that's beyond the means of the vehicle, as they say.
Too much.
There.
Just too
Oh.
much.
So,
Yeah.
So have you,
good crowd here tonight. Don't know, not sure why exactly, but it's a great crowd. I love it.
No, everybody's so
Mhm.
cool.
I even shouted out, Charles there, hosted a Chillin' with Charles there on Sunday with Trev. It was quite the show, and now we're at like handy cam, security cam.
What? That's the making sure that Strat doesn't get stolen. I gotta check it because it's behind me,
leading
Ben.
away there, Charles. One has a knob on it, then there's just a shaft, and then there's just a hole. It's like it's getting progressively worse.
It's kind of a shady
Things
shot,
are coming.
yeah.
It's coming all apart. The whole. I'm gonna put these big quarter pounders
Maybe
in
that's
that.
just parts guitar.
Well, every guitar I have is a parts guitar. What do you think? All
There's another
guitars are made out
Strat.
of parts.
There's another Strat that's receiving parts, right?
Yeah. No, they're all transferable. I do what I want. I'm gonna take some, but I was trying to adjust my camera.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I just saw that, Charles. So single coils and Strats, right? Humbuckers and Les Pauls, sure. Tellys are a mixed bag, right? Because anything can go into a T-shaped body, and it's awesome.
See,
That's how that works.
But
I like that. Also, part of the guitar, get more guitar gear.
Eddie with a great idea.
Now,
What's that?
Part out the car, get more guitar gear.
if you part out the car, then you don't have the parts for when something like tonight happens.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
let's just say after this, because I'm already stealing the back drums off it,
Okay.
and
Right.
so why not? The part of the front brakes as well.
Sure. And I found myself, because I had to buy brakes this week as well. I found when you go into a Napa, it's best to wear a Napa jacket for when you work there, because first of all, she thought it was an inter-store transfer.
Oh. Here you go. Just take this.
And I'm like, oh, and because they've had some change over there, there's only one counter person other than when the manager helps out that still you get the deal on, because I haven't worked there in a number of years. And I'm like, oh, where's Kathy? And they're like, oh, she went on vacation. I said, let me guess, Charles, a cruise, because I know she always used to go on a cruise. Oh yeah. So immediately, she's like, so do you have an account here? I'm like, no, Kathy just does whatever the generic trade price account is. Oh, okay. Boom, boom. And at that point, the manager came out. He's like, hey, man, how you doing? Sorry to hear about your dad. And I said, thank you.
I want to put that Eddie Faye's comment there, because obviously that's the only reason is because I was adjusting the one volume, one tone. Now, actually, I'm probably going to add the other tone. You know what I need is another black switch tip, because I keep selling guitars and I don't order the switch tips because I always forget.
I have one. I'd send it to you, but the cost of postage would make it ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, right?
And Ryan, yes, I did see the Thornley interview there with Rick Beato playing the Sir Telly-shaped up. Man, that guy, he can bend. He's got the aggressive bends, and he plays 11s. I'm like, oof to me. I thought he played 9s. He's really.
Well, I wish I could get some time, because our friends Bart and Lucas over at L&M Guitar Corner, they have supplied me with these.
Oh, well, hold it up so everyone can hot classics.
Telecaster pickup.
Tone Rider.
For
that's funny.
Telly right here.
Yeah.
And I've been dying to put them in. I just don't have the time.
I'm just hearing like 60s Western Tone Rider. Tone Riders. Yeah.
45 minutes to get those in, right?
Ryan Hall says he's another giant bet. Yeah, Ian, since his first album back in 30 years ago now.
Classic with the 21 frets, yep.
I never go past 15.
Okay, so the voice at Cornhole is torn between pink and salmon guitars on the wall.
I can't help there because I would not be able to tell the difference between pink and salmon myself.
On my wall?
Yeah.
It's not on mine.
The one
no
here is
my wall,
Fiesta, like a soup, Campbell soup red. Campbell soup red, and then the other one's the champagne sparkle, and then up
Which
over
does
there.
Pink, unless you get it
Right, and then right there is burgundy mist metallic, and then we got pink.
Those names from Buicks, Charles. They sound like color variants available on the Buick.
They do.
You know, the 1992 model year.
Or a California custom, right? That sounds like a car,
right, with burgundy mist.
like a car dealer.
Yeah.
We're selling California customs down here. It's not a car. It's actually a guitar. You need to come buy one. And
that's a tough choice, Randy.
Here's the neck.
Allman Brothers at the Fillmore for me.
Yeah, I would go Allman Brothers and Fillmore. Now, if it was Dark Side of the Moon, you know which way I'd go.
Do you have a fire extinguisher handy there, Seth, if you want to keep that much flame on hand out in the open?
Right. It is pretty flamey. It's a flame-tastic. I almost was going to pull that off this guitar because I want to relic the body more and put that neck on the blue body that I showed, a blue sparkle that I ordered. It took a year to come in, and I want to build that blue guitar.
I have a question for Sean Hockey. Can I join whatever band he's in? Because he's got the best band space ever.
Yes.
Back line, a bar full of cold snacks, and a pool table.
Yes.
All surrounded by wood grain. I was like, yes!
He is auditioning new guitar players. So
I'm pretty sure when you walk into that room, you there's so much testosterone in that room, Charles. As soon as you walk in, you sprout 8 new chest hairs. It just happened. You know,
that is a great room.
No, and I'm scared that unless he's local to me, I'm hooped for joining the band because the commute would be a bitch.
Well, you know,
right.
Although
he was very far away from you, but to be in that room,
you join immediately. Well, I better
see.
Well, maybe it could be a internet jam session kind of thing.
And he played. I'm gonna be playing loud, heavy music and drop tuning again. Oh no, yeah. I got experience in it. Oh, he's in Ohio. There we go. I know the song Ohio. Totally not in your set list based on playing the old guitars.
Well, then you can fly in, fly out with the J Tercer.
Well, you know, it hasn't been known. It's got a few laps in drop C. Not gonna lie, right?
Exactly.
This is true. In fact, I take the Explorer.
I think that was pretty much your go-to in your One Day to Live, wasn't it?
One of 4. So there was that. There was the whitewash Axel Badwater, which you see in some of the photos during my montages, intros. Like with the way I'm reaching out, fist pounding the guy. He was actually owned by my fiance, at the time. Hand wound pickup built in Korea, and then they brought over to California, hand wound pickups, stuck them in, sounded great. And then I had 2 black Epiphone Les Pauls, one a standard, one a custom. And I do word association, Seth, because I named all my guitars at the time because they always take cases. So when I saw a black guitar, I went Black Betty. I saw Black Betty. I'm like, all right, so Betty. So then when I got the other custom, I said, well, what goes with Betty? Veronica goes with Betty. And so Betty and Veronica were the 2. And that became the stand, the 2 black. I was always playing a black Les Paul shaped object.
Way cooler than...
Oh, it's cool. Herb has one of those Axel Badwaters.
Using like chick names is cool. I always, on my surfboards, I always had a character from South Park. Okay. So it was always one of the, and it's all the.
Don't miss my X, Charles. Miss that guitar though.
Hey, I get that. I get that.
Hey, it does make it easy when you could ask. I could ask my ex to, hey, grab Kenny and Cartman and meet me down at the beach.
The funny part about that is after we split up, that guitar sat at Richie's place for a number of months before she got around to taking it home. Rich needed an output jack for his 335, so he snagged there the one out of that guitar, wired in the old one back into that.
I love it. I love it.
Parts guitar.
Well, let me ask you guys. I'm going to give you. Let's play a game.
All right.
I'm going to give you two a genre of music, and you select your pickups of choice.
Okay. All right. Hit me.
Okay. So let's go classic rock. Let's start there.
Okay. Classic rock. I want a PAF humbucker. You know, like an old classic Les Paul tone.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
10
low
or 12.
humbucker, basically.
10K humbucker.
Oh, not even.
So you're on the same team.
7.5 for me. Low.
How much?
Yeah,
7.5.
Yeah,
that's
like 7.5 and pretty much.
Well, actually, no. Sorry. Give me it like 8.5, 9. I like it to be just a little crispier.
I see. You're gonna do the Price is Right thing, huh?
I just want to turn it up to 11. I just want a little extra something.
I hear you. All right.
And Herb asked me how fat was the neck on the Badwater. I have no recollection. I haven't played that guitar since. That'd be 9 years ago. I stopped playing that guitar, I think.
Oh.
So that's a lot of lifestyle choices ago. And I was not in a good place around that time too. So there was a lot of lifestyle choices being used at that time. You think of now? Yeah. Used to drink a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the guy who brought the flask to a gig. What's up, Scott Brockway?
Hey, Scott.
All right.
How you
So
doing?
classic rock. Yeah, low output humbucker.
All right, so rockabilly.
Ooh.
That's a tough one, right?
That is.
It's a Filtertron.
There are a lot of good choices in rockabilly.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because you play rockabilly on a telly, but you can also play rockabilly on a Gretsch.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But you know what? I'm going to go with a Filtertron as well. Yeah. Or a Broadtron, some kind of Tron.
Something with the on. Something
One of the
on.
Tron things. Yeah.
Yep. Tron.
Yep, Scott is going with the vintage Filtertron. Yep.
Bingo.
Or new TV Jones, which are basically Filtertrons.
Basically.
The new TV Jones is what. That's what Todd puts in all his Nichols customs. Is the new TV Jones Filtertron.
Well, I tell you that you said it before, Ben. The juniors got the TV Jones TV Classic, and I absolutely love the chime and the brightness.
I was going to say that'd be a rockabilly machine. Because it'd be a little brighter than, say, in a Gretsch.
Yeah.
Hey, when was the last time you pulled that thing down off the wall, Charles, and played it through your new amp system? Have you played that thing through the PE?
I did earlier tonight because I tuned all those up in prep for the show because I figured we might have to,
play.
Right? There were plans, damn it.
And I get it.
And everything went to hell.
So I had tuned up, especially that when I started with the junior and the Filtertron, right?
Mm-hmm.
And played it both through the positive grid and through the PV there.
That was a slippery slope guitar for you. You were a normal person when you decided to build that guitar. And then what the hell happened? A couple years go by. Next thing you know, you got an advanced degree in fabric wrapping, so you're now
right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Guitar safari hunting out of control, getting all kinds of killer deals.
Okay, so
help
me out with this telly idea I got for Nick. Because I'm changing venues here because I'm looking at the chat because Michael Krause was saying a telly with a Filtertron in the neck. Bam.
I know. See, the thing about the telly is, Charles, that little tiny weird abomination of a single coil in the neck of a telly is a magical thing. And I never understood this. Like Keith Richards, you put a PAF in the neck. No, if I want to off a telly, I put one of them in the bridge.
Well, see, that's the thing. So I was thinking about going double Filtertrons, right?
Right. I like
And
that. And
so I'm trying to decide if I want to.
Don't do any fans. We're not talking to Martin about wiring up 14 ways from Sunday.
Right.
Because they're not the bright. They're not the
No, I'm going basic, right? Basic wiring,
needs
right?
to be just.
So I'm having trouble deciding whether I want to do double Filtertrons or
Yes.
go standard telly neck pickup and Filtertron in the bridge.
No, because unless you get one of those weird pots from Fender, you're gonna have to compensate. So one pickup's gonna be either too dark or one pickup's gonna be too bright, right? Because you're gonna have to put a 250 or a 500 in it, not a 1 meg, Scott. Easy, friends. Don't put 1 megs into telly; they're already bright enough.
There's also a way you could wire the pickup through a
Charles
tap.
will be watching the replay because he wants to know what the hell went on before he showed.
Oh
up.
yeah. All right, so
You could wire the pickup through a cap and calm it
where does it
down.
go?
You're gonna put 2 Filtertrons in this telly, and you're gonna love it. That's
Okay,
Yeah, that'll be great.
that was the original idea. And so,
Hmm.
TV Jones, if you're listening, a fella
which
could
they
use-
are.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
They're always there.
a fella could use
The new
maybe
physicians here.
some Brian Sester Filtertrons. Yeah,
They're nice. That's a nice set. Yep.
that's one
I
of
mean, why not, right? We're getting them for free. We're all getting pickups. Are we getting Fralins too?
Well, you know, if there's a pickup manufacturer listening, we're willing to receive.
I did get some
I got one.
pickups.
I got one for you, Charles. Like you
Okay.
can mention the pickup type. What company comes to mind? Like when you think like immediate associated. Like if I say, "Hey Charles, I need a good single coil," what's your first thought? The company.
Deliverance, custom
I-
pickups. That's for a single coil.
So
Sorry.
for like a Stratocaster single coil,
Whatever. Just when I say single coil, what's the first company that comes to mind?
sir.
Really?
Oh,
For me, Lindy Fralin for a single coil.
Okay.
I'm going to him for a single coil. But if somebody says a humbucker, I'm thinking Seymour Duncan. Like a Duncan JB is
Yeah.
a good.
Lawler too, Michael Cross.
Lawler,
all the-
yeah, I get,
Well.
or if it's vintage, then immediate Lawler. For vintage.
Right.
Yes, Terry. John mentioned earlier in the show he owns one of those.
Yeah.
Like you say, Filtertron, TV Jones, right? Like there isn't one.
So if we go P90, do we go to Reno Thing Guitar? Is that the place to go to
Well,
get
there is that, but
to get the artist, the Ben Coombs artist P90?
I actually have all. I also make a Canuck Bucker, and I also make a set and a telly set.
Well, we were transitioning into that, but okay.
But I'm trying. I'm removing, that because I'm biased towards those, so I don't.
Well, bias is okay. If you've got something you love, that's cool. I'm biased towards Bartolini's because I got a shitload of them and they sound great. Mm-hmm.
Yep, and they definitely do a thing. Like I was saying that earlier before you showed up. Michael Torin was asking me about those pickups, Charles, prior to our show last week together, just to drop again those two in. Yes, I had Michael Torin on again.
So Jeff K is saying for single coil, he's thinking bare knuckle sound.
Bare knuckles, sure, or
They are amazing. Yeah.
they do some good humbuckers as well.
They're hardcore.
And of course,
They're really well built.
Has a variety of singles and doubles. They have all kinds of cool pickups as well.
Well, I tell you, in Telecaster pickups, this is the one.
Though
Yeah,
that I go with a Lindy Fralin for tellies, hands down.
And I am real happy with the set of Dylan Talks Tone Flat 6 pickups.
Okay.
The ones that I have in my Mexican telly, right?
Sure.
So
Oh,
those
that's what
are
I
like-
want. I want
But
some Blackwater pickups.
yeah,
That's what I
You're-
keep forgetting.
think for tellies, I think there's so many really great choices out there,
I kind
right?
of like my vintage workhorses. I'm not gonna lie, I do like them.
Well, I like the idea. Yeah, I like the idea of going back to a '60s a 60s Telecaster style pickup.
Herb asked, what's the single coil that Richie Kotzen plays the Copper T in? Doesn't he use like Duncan Mini Humbucker or something like that?
Might.
I think.
Who was the guitar player that played for Phil Collins? Because that tone, like, it was. So my wife's always telling me.
I had a rig up to here, and he's probably playing a Strat with lace sensors on it, because that's what everybody played back in the day.
Yeah, my wife's always telling me that that I'm never gonna get over my Phil Collins obsession. But I was
Nor
like,
should you.
Take a look at me now.
Right.
Is what I said.
Against all odds, you're still here.
Against all odds, but take a look at me now.
I love it.
Yep. And then she was like, "No, this is why I keep your luggage in the living room."
Right.
Okay, so
it's ready to be packed.
So Ben,
yes.
Okay, so you've been through so many guitars and so many pickups.
Sorry, guitars. Okay, I thought you said something else. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
So is there one pickup manufacturer that you guys feel does it better than everybody else?
Well, it depends. What am I playing?
Yeah.
Right. Exact. That's right where we started. I'm glad that we're coming right back all the way around, because that's what am I playing?
So let's turn this around a little bit then. If you're gonna play a P90, right?
Yes.
What style of music is ideal?
A P90 I will use to cover anything recorded prior to 1982.
Yeah, and like blues and classic rock.
Unless it's Tom Petty, but I'm looking for jangly. I'm going for jangle with that, with a P90.
Okay.
As well as rock, but you do the rockabilly as well.
All right. So what can't you do?
Sorry, Symmetry. You're right. There won't be any Slayer.
Well, hello there, Trev. How are you?
He's doing well. He's
so no Slayer on the P90s, huh?
Well, you won't get the saturation, and you won't get the
No, all you're going to get is a lot of feedback and possible electrocution.
Something might explode in the vicinity.
All right, our band classic rock. Eddie Faye comes back to. All right, so the mellower stuff, I'm going to probably keep a Telly on hand, and then I'll have a Les Paul for the rockier stuff.
And so, are you talking Les Paul with PAFs?
Yes, because again, classic rock cover. Oh well, or slightly hotter. Like I don't need Duncan Invaders, but maybe a JB, something a little hotter, just to push the amp a little more.
Great Vanzini says, yeah, P90 for rockabilly.
See, that's why we get along.
See, this is the guy that would know.
Zini and I go back a long time. Wow, we both have an affinity for Gretches. That's how we kind of discovered each other, is our love of Gretches.
And if you haven't checked out Great Vanzini's channel, do.
And he started to do more stuff with GVTV. Recently, not too long ago, demoed a Gretsch bass, Charles.
So when I before I go shopping for Gretches, I check out Great Vanzini first. So Herb says Def Leppard's Vivian Campbell plays P90s.
I know he plays Les Pauls. I don't know if they're P90s or Humbuckers, but they're playing it all through like Kemper systems, anywho. So they're like Metallica. I don't think it matters what you plug in; it's going to have the sound, right?
You can dial.
It's going to sound like a shitty Rockman, anyways. Because that's the tone.
You can dial almost any sound.
If you're going country, and I'm thinking Jerry Reed.
Okay. I'm not playing it on a nylon string. I'm not that good, Charles.
All right, but think Jerry Reed.
Yep.
Telecaster. What are your pickups?
What are my pickups?
Yep.
Low output.
Classic time.
Like a 50 style pickup. Low output. Yeah, nothing for or and I I'm not gonna lie, Charles. I've also seen him play some Lester Pulvis shaped objects.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look around the early '80s, at some point, PV gave them like their entire product line because him and the whole band was PV amps, PV guitars, PV bass. They had all the PVs.
Yeah.
This is true, Eddie. Jerry
Herb.
played it sound good. It's true.
Yeah. Both Charles and I and Trev can attest to that. The other night we went down. We're letting Trev witness some quality Jerry Reed stuff, and it was great. And it's messed up my algorithms as such. Well, it doesn't mess it up because it's all Jerry Reed and it's all good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, I have to go eat because we got my nephews, and they're here tonight, and they're little 6-year-old twins, and we've been. I love pickups, but I also love my nephews.
You have to play on a telly munch because the intro is you just pushing down on the string on the pickup. That's just pushing down on a pickup.
Okay, so we got this neighbor that's coming up to visit us for dinner. She's a girl that only eats plants. You might not have heard of her before.
Charles is like, I'm not aware of these type of people. I live in Texas.
Yes.
You might not have heard of her before.
No.
Herbivore.
Chris?
No.
Yeah, expect.
I'm so sorry, Charles. I had to do the herbivore joke. I was sitting on that all week. I was like, oh shit, the herbivore. I gotta say that if I'm trying to. I figured at the end of the night, because I know I have to eat dinner. I have to go eat dinner, and I do have my nephews. And Ben, dude, Tone Master Ben, who has a Preston California Custom, which we know he's a Tone Master, and he's a Shred Master.
James collection, right, Charles?
Nice.
Yeah.
Who needs paints?
Who needs Waka
I'm
Waka
not
Waka? Hey, you guys keep chatting, but I gotta roll. I'm not gonna end the stream, Charles. I'm just gonna click out. All right.
All right. Well, I think we'll go ahead and end here because I need to yell at Ben.
I don't know how that works. You might not. If he hit the go button, it might not. I don't know.
Well, it might have dropped everything. Could do that.
It'll be fine.
Experiment.
All right.
Hey, everybody. Hey,
Because we don't want to step on toes. Somebody's doing something.
Hit the rewind.
That's all, folks.
Thank you for handling things while I was gone. You go eat dinner. We're gonna round this out here in a second.
Tune your B strings.
Ben for coming on and filling in for me. Now I'm gonna have to grow my hair long and put the beard back on and
Totally. Yeah.
Didn't even wear the Gretsch hat.
Didn't even wear the Gretsch hat. Yeah. How could you not wear the Gretsch hat on a pickup show? What's wrong with you?
Crazy.
Well, we're the company that builds the Gretches. Same fucking thing.
Yeah.
This Gretsch spelled different.
Peace, y'all.
Secret overlords. See
Later.
you, folks. Sunday, I got Josh Tamberg on with me.
Oh,
Remember him?
yeah.
That's gonna be
Been chatting with Charles.
I have no idea who I've got on chatting with Charles. So
Somebody.
Please.
Yeah.
It
I'm
might be
thinking
me if nobody
else
shows
was, but
up.
I don't know if they're available.
We'll see.
Okay, and there he goes. And so Ben, you hang on, and I'm going to go ahead and.
I know how it works, Charles. I taught you. All right, no.
Damn. Okay, fine. I was going to play your song out, but now not. So.
I love you.
Oh.
Come on, people. Charles and me, about to take you on guitar safari. So turn on your computer, turn on your phone, 'cause it's about to go down. One volume, one tone. Yeah, Charles and me, about to take you on guitar safari. So turn on your computer and turn on your phone, 'cause it's about to go down.